There are two ways to perceive life, your reality. One, you are a physical, temporal being. You're born here and you'll die here, and that's it. Or that there's something more to all this. That there's something deeply sacred, spiritual, profound about all of this, no matter how minuscule you may seem. Think about the power in one atom. An atom bomb, it means you just split one atom and you can't even see an atom. You're breathing in 80 billion of them. There's a lot of power, right? So these are, I believe, are the two choices when it comes to this sort of topic about spirituality or not, God or not type thing. And you can never prove or disprove either one, either way. Never. And when I realize that, I go, well, it's probably not good. Especially as a crap shooter, a gambler, used to be. You can't play with scared money. And I don't want to live my life like that either. I took a chance and I moved all in on spirituality a long time ago, man. It's worth it. Once a person makes that moves all in on, because you can't prove it either way. You're either just here and that's it, or you got something big going on. It's like, which way you think. The glass is either half empty or half full, right? Well, if you're a champion, you can't accept the thought of defeat. I mean, you might have to learn, but you're going to win. So anyway, that's why I'm all in with spirituality, right? And for a bunch of other reasons. And over time, I mean, the question's always there, am I living my life for the right reasons, or should I be just some wealthy businessman and all this happy horseshit with a home and a wife and children and grandchildren and a beautiful gravestone over my head, and just a full focus, if you will, on the physical things of life, the economy of life, making money, voting, who's the president, all this shit. I dumped all that a long time ago, man. All of it. I'm hard pressed, man, to be just in a normal conversation with anybody. Anybody who's been close to me knows that. It's not a claim to fame or anything, but it's just the way it is. I went all in, and I've chose to live a spiritual-minded life rather than a physical-minded life. And I'm not prone to fear because of that. I'm not prone to confusion because of that. I'm not prone to frustration or any of these things because of that. Because once you take up the perspective that you're a spiritual being and you're having a human experience and you have a destiny and something very important and you are important, then anything you get yourself into and get yourself out of is all part of your growth. And I'll tell you, man, I'm going to use the word magic. When you live an ultra physical life by all the facts, rules, regulations, logic, rationale, and you still come up, back at square one, empty and all this. But if you take the other path I'm talking about, it puts you out on a limb a lot. You're stepping out a lot on the limb, You're like breaking rank with the collective, and you're going the other direction. And that's the Five of Wands, by the way. And it looks like you're wasting your life and shit like this. Let me tell you something, man. Keep walking. Keep walking, man. You are on the right path. Because once you start to serve the heart, once your thoughts serve your heart rather than their own logic, the heart won't let you down. Oh, you'll get in and out of trouble, but the heart will. You come out of it, man. And I depend on magic. I fully depend on magic. I don't have any other security. Believe me. My life is magical. How I get from here to there, and I'm a high-end hobo. I ain't nobody in the street, although I could be. So but I'm always on a limb, man. I'm always on a limb. But through the years, it's just been such a pleasure to observe how I'm always taken care of and how I'm being guided, especially in a different way than most of the people I see, because my perception of what is important is different than most of the other people I see, and it's more intense. I mean, I don't think about anything else but what I talk about here ever. It just consumes me, and I'm glad for it. But anyway, but the spiritual path, it's a whole different path. But man, I'll tell you, it's just awesome. You're on an adventure, and every day you wake up, there's never a bad day. Nothing's ever wrong. Nothing's ever bad because you're on a mission, man. You're a spiritual being. You can't die. You can change forms, and you go through the loss of ego and the lack of remembrances and all these things. But once you get a grip on all that and you spend some time with it, as I have, it's cool as hell, man. The way things are. So it don't matter if you exist later on. How you exist right now is important. And if you're existing just to protect your ass, your flesh, if you're using your soul power to keep your flesh comfortable and all the other things that go along with that, you're wasting it, and you'll never make it that way, because in the end you get old or whatever, you have an accident, God forbid, and all these things. But if you live the spiritual life, it'll look like you're not going to make it, but then you're the one who does. It's like the turtle and the rabbit race. Taking the spiritual path is like the turtle, and the turtle wins the race, right? It's the truth. And you're missing out on life if you don't put yourself in a position for heaven to help you, like all the time. But I never pray. I never pray. I don't ask God for nothing, ever. I just report in. I just want to let you guys know we're out of gas. I don't ask. They're my parents. They're old, I don't ask them for nothing. I just let them know what's going on. But it's funny how it starts to work out. I'm in a partnership with Mother, Father. I'm on a spiritual path, man. Come over here and tie me to a stake and light me on fire, run an arrow through my head. I don't care. I'm a soul, man. So are you. I've known this a long time. It's not a belief. Because once you start to work it, you invoke it. And then you know it.